Dear friends, myself Nitin, and today we will be studying about space relationship of India with neighboring countries. This topic is also a part of physical settings under Indian Geography, your Unit 1. So we will start. I have drawn a rough sketch of India here. So firstly we will see the latitudinal extent of India. So what is the latitudinal extent of India? Before the latitudinal extent of India is 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degree 6 minutes north. This is in the mainland, while if we talk about territory, then it will be from 6 degree 45 minutes north to 37 degree 6 minutes north. Now we will understand that what does latitudinal extent means. See, this is our earth in a spherical shape. It has been divided into horizontal lines, means these lines don't exist on the earth, but means these are imaginary lines which used to divide earth into two hemispheres. The centermost line is known as 0 degree latitude, and here the northernmost is known as 90 degree north latitude, and southernmost is known as 90 degree south latitude. So we see here that means the whole earth has been divided into total 180 degree latitude from 0 to 90 degree, and from 0 to 90 degree south, from 0 to 90 degree north. So what happens here is this, that all the countries lie between this 90 degree south to 90 degree north latitude. And where does India lies? India lies between 8 degrees 4 minute north to 37 degrees 6 minute north. So it will be something above 0 degree, means something here. If we divide these, also mark these as, for example, this one as 23 and half, this one as 66 and half degree, and this one say as 80 degree, then this will be 90 degree north. So India will be lying something between here, no? This will be the location of India based on this division. Now we have the distance between 1 degree latitude, means 1 degree latitude is equal to 111 kilometers. Remember this. If you know this, then you can easily calculate the north to south distance of the earth. We know that total, what is the total means degrees here in latitude. This is from 90 to 90, it is 180 degree, and we know that 1 degree latitude is equal to 111 kilometers. So if you multiply this, you will be getting north to south distance of this earth. So similarly for India, we know the latitudinal extent between 8 to 37 degrees. So if we subtract from here, from 37 degree and 6 minutes, 8 degree and 4 minutes, then what we will get? We will get something around say 29 degrees. If we multiply this with 111, we will be getting something near about 3200, something near about this. So we will find that the India's north to south distance will be something near about this much kilometers. Okay, so this is the meaning of latitudinal extent. I hope you are clear with this, that the latitudinal extent of India is 8 degree 4 minutes to 37 degree 6 minutes north. And here north refers to, means in the northern hemisphere. See, the latitudes are divided based on north and south, while the longitudes, when we will see, they are divided based on east and west, because those lines are while these lines are horizontal, latitudes are horizontal, means longitude will be vertical lines. So vertical lines will be divided into east west, while horizontal lines are divided into north south. So this was the latitudinal extent. When we will see the longitudinal extent of India, it will be 68 degrees 7 minutes east to 97 degree 25 minutes east. So means this portion will be somewhere around 68 degree east to this portion, which will be 97 degree 25 minutes east. And while it was latitude, so we have this point and towards this point. This was 37 degree 6 minute north, and this point was 8 degree and 4 minutes north. So remember this. Now longitudinal extent is this means from 38 to 97. Now as we have seen that latitudinal lines are horizontal, we have longitudinal lines. Longitudinal lines are something like this, which are vertical. And together these horizontal and vertical lines used to form a grid. Together they used to form grid. Now these longitudinal lines are divided from 0 to 180 degree east and 0 to 180 degree west. So here we see that the total number of longitudinal lines or total degree for longitudinal longitudes is 0 to 360. In case of latitude, it was from 0 to 180 degree, and from 0 to 90 and 0 to 90 south. Here in case of longitude, it is 0 to 180 degree east and 0 to 180 degree west. So total longitudes will be 0 to 360 degree. So remember this. And here in case of latitudes, we had 0 degree latitude, which is also known as equator. Similarly, here in case of longitude, we have 0 degree longitude, which is known as GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, so remember this. Now we will with the help of this, if this one is 0, and we know that India lies here 68 degree east to 97 degree, then we can see the location of India here. Now if this is 0 degree longitude and this is 0 degree latitude, then we can mark these 4 quadrants as north, means this one as first, second, third and fourth. So we see here that while this one is north, and also with respect to longitude, this one is east. So we see that India lies completely in the eastern portion with respect to longitude, and completely lies in the northern hemisphere with respect to means latitudes. So this is the position for India, means India completely lies in the northern hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Remember this, India lies in the northeastern hemisphere. If you are asked with an objective question that in which of the following hemisphere India lies, you are given with 4 options: northeast hemisphere, southeast hemisphere, northwest, southwest. Then you have to choose northeastern hemisphere. So this was all about latitudinal extent and longitudinal extent of India. We will be now looking at 4 points on India, means 4 extreme points: northernmost point, southernmost point, easternmost point and westernmost point. So remember these means 4 points are generally asked with you in interviews, that you need to name 4 extreme points of India. So remember this, the northernmost point is Indra Col, which is here, located here near the Siachen glacier. Col here refers to pass in local language, as we have seen that the word La, Nathu La, Shipti La, the word La refers to pass. Similarly, this word Col refers to pass, and it is located here near Siachen glacier. This is the northernmost point of India. It is located currently in Ladakh region. Then we have southernmost point on the mainland of India. It is Kanyakumari, which is located here. But in terms of territory means we will also include islands. Then the means southernmost point of India will be Indira Point, and it is located here in the Great Nicobar Islands. Do you remember this? The northernmost point is Indira Col, the southernmost point is Indira Point, which is located here in Great Nicobar Islands. The easternmost point is Kibitu in Arunachal Pradesh. This is the easternmost point. It is named as Kibitu. It is located in Arunachal Pradesh. While the westernmost point is Guhar Moti. This is the westernmost point and it is located in Gujarat, Kutch region. So remember these 4 points: northern, southern, eastern and western points of India, latitudinal extent and longitudinal extent. Remember this. Means we will study about latitudes and longitudes in detail in while we will be studying physical geography. But in short, I have just explained you to show that what does the latitudinal extent and longitudinal extent of India means. Also remember the east-west length of India and north-south length of India. I have already shown you that how you can calculate the length. If you know the latitudinal and longitudinal extent, you can calculate it just by multiplying it with 111. Because 1 degree latitude or longitude refers to 111 kilometers. Now, east-west length of India is 2933 kilometers. Means from here, Guhar Moti to Kibitu, this length is 2933 kilometers. And remember this, from north to south, this length is 3214 kilometers. Remember this fact. These may be asked you in one-day examination or also in interview. They can ask you about these facts. So remember this. So north-south extent of India and east-west extent of India. If we are clear, means you are clear with this, we are moving to our next heading. So next we will move to that a few other facts about India. In terms of area, India is the 7th largest country in the world, and see we have arranged here with respect to area. Russia is the largest country. Next we have Canada. Third, USA. Fourth we have China. Fifth one Brazil. Sixth one is Australia, and seventh one is India. So do remember this. Note down this fact in your copy, because sometimes in objective questions you are asked, you are being given 4 options and 4 countries are arranged. You need to pick the correct one as per the descending or ascending order with respect to area of those countries. So remember this, the important fact about India. Next we have land border and coastline. The land border of India is almost 15,200 kilometers. Now land border here refers to the borders which India is sharing with its neighboring countries. Neighboring countries will be Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Bangladesh, Myanmar and all. So, and coastline here coastline actually refers to the boundary between land and water. Here in case land and ocean, Indian Ocean. So the coastline of India is 5,422 kilometers for the mainland. Do remember that mainland means this portion of India, and if we talk about the territorial means coastline boundary of India, then it will be 7,516 kilometers. In territorial, we will be counting this Andaman and Nicobar Islands also, which are spread. Means Andaman and Nicobar Islands, there are so many small islands which together consist to form Andaman and Nicobar Islands. If we count the coastline for Andaman and Nicobar Island also, that will be included in the territorial boundary or territorial coastline of India, and that comes to be 7,516 kilometers. So do remember this fact. Now if we arrange the together states as well as UTs, Union Territories, with respect to the coastline, the largest coastline they have. So do remember that Andaman and Nicobar has the largest coastline in India, followed by Gujarat. Now this one is a Union Territory, while this one is a state. Andaman and Nicobar, followed by Gujarat. Next is Andhra Pradesh. Then we have Tamil Nadu. Then we have Maharashtra, Kerala and Odisha. So do remember this fact. because again objective questions are framed that either you will be asked directly that which state or which union territory has the longest coastline in India, or you will be given four options. Means either means to arrange in either descending or ascending order, means as per the coastline these state or UTs have. So do remember this fact, you can note it down. Next is the number of states and UTs in India. Currently we have 28 states and 8 UTs in India. Do remember this. Currently we have 28 states and 8 UTs in India. I am not writing the names of the 28 states and their capital. I hope you know it. I have written the name of 8 UTs. Why I have written the name of 8 UTs? Because recently there have been few changes in the UTs. For example, the earlier state of Jammu and Kashmir has now been divided into 2 UTs. One is this Jammu and Kashmir and another union territory is Ladakh. Do remember the capital of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. While Jammu and Kashmir has 2 capitals, Srinagar in case of summer season and Jammu in case of winter season. Ladakh has Leh as its capital. Also earlier these were 2 different union territories. Dadar Nagar Haveli was one union territory and Daman and Diu was another union territory. But now we have it has been done is that Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu have been combined to form a single union territory. So this Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, this is one union territory and the capital of this is Daman. Other union territories are, you might be knowing, Andaman and Nicobar with its capital at Port Blair, Chandigarh with Chandigarh as its capital, Lakshadweep with Kavarati as its capital, Pondicherry with Pondicherry as capital. Then we have National Capital Territory of Delhi with New Delhi as its capital. So I hope you people have noted down these facts. We people have noted down. We will be moving further. So dear friends, we were studying about the coastline. So another thing to be noted here is that the ocean waters or the ocean resources are managed by the international laws. International laws framed by the United Nations Convention for Laws on Sea. So what it has done is that it has divided the ocean water or international waters into 4 zones. Means first one is internal waters, second one is territorial sea, third one is contiguous zone, and fourth one is exclusive economic zone. So note down this. We will see that what these 4 means. See what happens that we know that the coastlines or the boundaries of a coastal state are not straight. So they may be something like this. So what happens, based on this boundary we used to determine a coastline. Coastline, what is the meaning of coastline? Coastline means the boundary between the land, outer boundary between the land and the ocean. So for this coastal state, if it has the boundary like this, then we will have a coastline like this. Means this will be the coastline and all the distance into the ocean will be measured from this coastline. So do remember this. This is how we determine the coastline for a coastal state or a country. Now what are internal waters? Internal waters means all the waters which is toward the landwards from the coastline. For example, here in this case, if this is the coastline, then all the waters which lies here inside or toward the land from this coastline, that will be termed as internal waters or internal water. So in this internal water, a country has sovereign rights. Means this internal water is treated as the land surface itself. So means this a country has full rights over this internal waters. What all things are present in here in this internal water? It may be a bay, it may be harbor, ports, rivers, etc. All are these present here in this internal waters. Now we have territorial sea. Now what is this territorial sea? This territorial sea is 12 nautical miles from the coastline towards ocean. So if this is the coastline, then pointing toward this line means towards ocean up to 12 nautical mile. This region is known as, means this area or this region will be known as territorial sea. See, or over the land we used to measure distance in kilometers, but what happened that in waters, in oceans we used to measure distance in nautical miles. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.85 kilometers. So territorial sea is 12 nautical miles from the coastline toward the ocean. So this is the coastline and territorial waters will be toward this ocean, and it will cover up to 12 nautical miles. So you can multiply it by 1.85 to know distance in kilometers, that how much distance it will cover. That portion is known as territorial sea. Now this territorial sea, this region, the country next to it, means the country having the borders with this, it has the sovereign rights. But what happens, how this means this territorial sea is different from internal waters? It is that safe passages are allowed here in this territorial sea with the country's permission, but over here in internal waters, safe passages are, means a country, other country's ship or means navigation, that marine tools, all those cannot enter here in internal waters. But even if they enter here in territorial sea with the help of permission from the country next to it, or the the country boundary, having boundary with this region, the ships can move. So this is what is in territorial sea. Next we have contiguous zone. Contiguous zone is having 24 nautical miles from the coastline. From coastline again towards ocean. From this baseline, means this is the baseline, from here 24 nautical miles. This much area will be covered by contiguous zone. See, in contiguous zone, the country doesn't have, the coastal state or the country doesn't have sovereign rights as it has in territorial sea or in internal waters, but yes, it has special rights with respect to immigration, customs, then environment, etc. Means immigration, customs, environment, and many several other laws, means several other tools on which laws have been framed by a country. So over these few topics, country used to enjoy rights in this contiguous zone, means 24 nautical miles from the baseline. Next we have exclusive economic zone. This one is 200 nautical miles from baseline. So this is a baseline, then from here up to 200 nautical miles is the exclusive economic zone for a country. Now exclusive economic zone here means a country has the right to explore the ocean resources, means carry out different drillings or other activities in the ocean to exploit the ocean resources. So this is what has been decided by the United Nations Convention for Laws on Sea. So every coastal state or coastal country means enjoys these four zones: internal waters, territorial sea, contiguous zone, and exclusive economic zone. And these zones have been categorized with respect to distance from the baseline. So do remember this. We will be moving to our next topic. See, next we will be moving to frontier of India. So frontiers of India here means that India sharing its land border with neighboring countries. We know that India lies in South Asia. So countries with which India shares land border is, remember this: Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, and also Afghanistan. Remember that India doesn't share its land boundary with Sri Lanka and Maldives. So for in objective type questions, you may be asked that which of the following state doesn't share its boundary a land boundary with India, then you must remember these names. That countries sharing boundary with India are Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, and Afghanistan. These are land states having, countries having land boundaries with India. Now, this is the total length of the land boundaries of these countries with India, and these are the states in India which share land boundary with these countries. So first one is Bangladesh. It has the maximum land boundary with India, that is 4096 kilometers, and the states sharing land boundary with Bangladesh are West Bengal, Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya, and Tripura. Note down, the states sharing land boundary with Bangladesh are West Bengal, Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya, and Tripura. And among these, which states share the maximum length of boundary or the maximum boundary with Bangladesh? That is West Bengal. Next we have China. As per India's records, India shares a land boundary of 3488 kilometers with China, and the states and UTs sharing land boundary with China are Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh. Among these states and UT, Arunachal Pradesh share the maximum land boundary with China. Next we have Pakistan. The length of land boundary with Pakistan is 3323 kilometers, and the states and UT sharing border with Pakistan are Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. The maximum land boundary shared by Rajasthan. So do remember these states because or UTs, because questions are asked. They will be the examiner or the question paper setter may give you few options, and they would try to trick you with the nearest option. For example, here in Pakistan, do remember that Haryana doesn't share boundary with Pakistan. Here in case of China, do remember that Jammu Kashmir doesn't share. In the west, Jammu Kashmir doesn't share boundary with China, or in the east, Assam doesn't share boundary with China. Similarly, in Bangladesh, do remember the northeastern states, for example, Manipur and Nagaland, they don't share boundary with Bangladesh. Our next is Nepal. With Nepal, India shares a land boundary of 1759 kilometers, and the states are Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, and Sikkim. The maximum land boundary is shared by Uttar Pradesh. Next we have Myanmar. The length of land boundary with Myanmar is 1643 kilometers, and the states sharing land boundary are Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, and Mizoram. The maximum land boundary shared by Arunachal Pradesh with Myanmar. Next we have Bhutan. The length of the boundary is 699 kilometers, and the states are Sikkim, West Bengal, Assam, and Arunachal Pradesh. The maximum land boundary shared by Assam with Bhutan. So I hope you people have noted down. Of course, with Afghanistan, we have actually with Afghanistan, India considered having borders of 106 kilometers. This border is actually in this Ladakh. As per the current map of India, this border is in the Ladakh state, Ladakh Union Territory of India. It is somewhere here, but in actual this portion this portion has been occupied by Kashmir, means Pakistan, and it comes under Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So this is the region where India shares border with Afghanistan. That is in Ladakh region, 106 kilometers. So I hope you people have noted it down. Also do remember this order is means in descending orders. Means maximum boundary is from Bangladesh, then we have with China, then we have Pakistan, then we have Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, and Afghanistan. If you have noted it down, we'll move to our next topic. Now we have few other facts which are very important under this topic, and these are also asked especially in the objective types, in the objective type questions. First one is this 10-degree channel. Questions are asked that 10-degree channel separates which two islands. So do remember this 10-degree channel separates Andaman and Nicobar Islands. 10-degree channel here is nothing but 10-degree latitude. We know that these are latitudinal lines. So this may be 8-degree latitude, 9-degree, and this will be 10-degree latitude. So this latitudinal line would be separating two islands or two places. For example, here and here. So this would be Andaman, this would be Nicobar, and this is the 10-degree latitude or 10-degree channel separating these two islands, Andaman and Nicobar. So do remember this 10-degree channel separates Andaman with Nicobar. Then we have 8-degree channel. It separates Minicoy Island with Maldives. Next we have 9-degree channel. It separates Minicoy Island with Lakshadweep. These are located here in this region. Because we know that India's latitudinal extent is from 8 degree, means on the mainland it is from here 8 degree till 37. So of course this 10 degree would be lying somewhere here, in means above this Kanyakumari here, and this 8 degree would be lying at the extreme north here. So next we have 9-degree channel. It separates Minicoy Island with the main island of the Lakshadweep. Next we have Pak Strait. It separates Bay of Bengal with Pak Bay. Now Bay of Bengal, this region, it is here in this region, and the Pak Strait is here, means here at the bottom, and it separates, Pak Strait separates Bay of Bengal from the Pak Bay. Pak Bay is on this side. So what is actually bay? So see, bay is nothing but a body of water partially surrounded by the land. For example, this is the body of water. It is surrounded from all these sides with land. So means body of water partially surrounded by land. If the if a land is completely surrounded by waters on all its sides, then that is known as island. And if there is a body of water which is partially surrounded by the land, then that is known as bay. If that the same water body, if when it is bigger in size, means the larger body of water surrounded partially by land, then that is known as gulf. So do remember the definition of bay and gulf. We will come across many times these two words. We will be having bay and gulf, repeating it so many times. So do remember the definition of those two words. Next we have Adam Bridge. It separates Pamban Island with Rameswaram. Rameswaram we know here, it is at the tip of India here, and it separates it with the Pambam Island. Pambam Island is here. Then we have means the Adam Bridge in itself has 2 points. Means at one end it has Gulf of Mannar, and on the other hand it has Pak Bay. Adam Bridge, or it is also known as Ram Setu. You might have seen several times in the news. It is located here at the tip. Do remember these 2 points. They are generally asked in the interview or in the objective type question. It separates Pamban Island with the Adam Bridge separates Pamban Island with the Rameswaram. Then we have, do remember this next fact is this Andaman and Nicobar Island. This Andaman and Nicobar Island is also known as Emerald Islands. Emerald Island is another name for Andaman and Nicobar. And this Andaman and Nicobar is a collection of several islands. There are so many, there are hundreds in numbers, but we have written name of few important ones. Do remember this. It is North Andaman, North, Middle and South Andaman. Then we have Great Nicobar, Little Nicobar, then we have Car Nicobar. Also we have one island as Little Andaman. So these are few important islands which are generally seen in news. So I have written the names of those important islands in the Andaman and Nicobar. Then we have Duncan Pass. Now this Duncan Pass, it again becomes important from means objective type question. It separates South Andaman with Nicobar Island. Then we have Coco Strait. It separates North Andaman with Coco Islands. So all these facts are important for the objective questions. So please note it down and do remember these. We will move to our next heading. Next we have Tropic of Cancer. See, we know that Tropic of Cancer passes through India. Why? Tropic of Cancer is nothing but 23.5 degree north latitude, and we know that India's mainland extent is from 8 degree to 37 degree latitude. So of course 23 would be lying somewhere around here in the central part of India, somewhere around here, this 23.5 degree north latitude. So this 23.5 degree north latitude is nothing but Tropic of Cancer. So you need to remember the name of the states through which Tropic of Cancer passes. So remember this: Gujarat, Rajasthan, Gujarat here, Rajasthan, then we have MP here, central portion, Chhattisgarh here, Jharkhand, this portion, West Bengal here, this portion, then we have Tripura, this portion, Mizoram here in this region. So remember name of these states: one, Rajasthan, Gujarat, MP, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. There are total 8 states through which Tropic of Cancer passes in India. So in objective type questions, you will be again given 4 options, and you will be asked that from which state Tropic of Cancer doesn't passes. So do remember that in the west it doesn't passes through Maharashtra. Then here in the east it doesn't passes through Odisha, and of course in the northeast it used to pass only through Mizoram and Tripura, and it doesn't pass through neither Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, Meghalaya. This Tropic of Cancer doesn't pass through those states. Next we have it this longitude means 82 degree 30 minute east longitude. This has been chosen for Indian Standard Time. Now we know that the longitudinal extent of India is from 68 degrees to 97 degree. See, we know that we have 24 hours, and we know that the total number of longitudes means we have 0 to 180 degree east and 0 to 180 degree west. So we have total 360 degree of longitude. So if we calculate for 1 hour, it is 360 by 24. So this would be 15 degree longitude. So it means that the earth revolves from rotates from west to east. So when it rotates 15 degree, then we have 1 hour of time. So if we talk about India, then we see that it is from 68 to 97. If I subtract 68 from 97, we will see that it will come around near about 30 degree longitude. So 30 degree longitude, it means almost 2 hours. For 15 degree we have 1, then of course for 30 degree we have 2 hours. So we see that there is time difference of 2 hours between east and west of India. It means that for if it is 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. here in eastern portion of the India, then the time here in the west portion will be 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. It means the time difference will be of 2 hours between eastern and western portion of India. So do remember why it is, because there is difference of 30 degree longitude and we have 15 degree longitude as 1 hour. So in order to determine determine the time, a common time for the India, we have chosen in between these two, means between 68 and 97. We have a line passing here through in Uttar Pradesh. We have a Mirzapur district, and in Mirzapur district we have a place named as Vindhyachal. That place is very famous. So that Vindhyachal, this longitude 82 degree and 30 minutes longitude, it passes through this Vindhyachal, and this has been chosen for Indian Standard Time. We have only one time zone, and that is decided, that has been decided based on this Indian Standard Time, passing through 82 degree and 30 minutes east, and it passes through here Vindhyachal in Mirzapur district of Uttar Pradesh. So do remember this. If you have noted down this, then we will move to our next heading. Next we have a few important lines which used to separate India from other countries, and they have been named in a special manner. First one is Radcliffe Line. So this Radcliffe Line actually separates India and Pakistan. It was at the time of independence in 1947, Sir Cyril Radcliffe was given this task of demarcating India and Pakistan. So at that time, he he demarcated that line, and that line has been named on his name, Radcliffe Line. Since at that time there was no country like named as Bangladesh, and the current Bangladesh was East Pakistan. So the Radcliffe Line means it used to separate India and Pakistan, and in today's term also India and Bangladesh, because this Radcliffe Line, while it lies here in this portion, in western portion, it also lies here separating India and Bangladesh. So remember this. The first one is the Radcliffe Line. Mainly it separates India and Pakistan, and it lies here from this portion. It covers Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat portion. This Radcliffe Line. Next we have McMahon Line. McMahon Line. It was formed in 1914. It was formed by the Britishers. They actually wanted to separate the Tibet region from India, so they demarcated the line named as McMahon Line between India and China. And this McMahon line actually lies here in the northeast, in the top of the Arunachal Pradesh, separating this Arunachal Pradesh region or India from the Tibet region. Next we have Durand Line. This Durand Line was formed actually to separate, it was formed in the 19th century, and it was formed mainly to separate India with Afghanistan. At that time we didn't have Pakistan, any country named as Pakistan. So it was between India and Pakistan. But what happened after independence, when this Pakistan occupied this region of Kashmir, so the Durand Line, it remains here, it connects this portion of what we call as India's portion, and which actually is in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. This region, it connects with Afghanistan. So that Durand Line actually connects Pakistan and Afghanistan, but we used to say it connects India and Afghanistan, since we still consider this as a part of India. Next we have line of actual control and LOC, line of control. You might have heard about these two words frequently, LAC and LOC. For LOC, you just need to remember that it is a line between India. It is a military controlled line between India and Pakistan, where in Jammu and Kashmir region. Jammu and Kashmir region. See what happened, this LOC was established during the first India and Pakistan war in 1947. What happened after independence, when Pakistan, with the help of tribal people here in Kashmir, it captured this portion. Then after that, when the matter was took to the United Nations organization, a ceasefire was done there, and a line, it was established in general like this. This was a portion which was which has been occupied by the Pakistanis, and so a military line of control was established at that time, and that was known as LOC, line of control. And this came formally into existence in 1972 during the third India-Pakistan war. Second war of India-Pakistan was in 1965. So during after the third India-Pakistan war, this line of control was formally established. And when this Bangladesh got established, then this line formally came into existence. So LOC is nothing but a military control line between India and Pakistan lying in the Jammu Kashmir region. So this is LOC. So remember this. Next we have LAC, line of actual control. We will be studying about this in detail. So this is a line of actual control is mainly between India and China. So we will be studying about this. Next we will move to line of actual control. See, this line of actual control is nothing but a notional demarcation line between India and China. Why it has been named as notional demarcation? Because this line has not been accepted at the international forum. Also means both the countries, India as well as China, they have not came into an agreement over this line, because there are more than 13 points between in this line which are still disputed between both the countries, because they both have different claims on that. So what happened that this LAC line of actual control has been divided into three sectors: western sector, middle sector and eastern sector. And as per India, the division is such that the western sector comprises of 2150 kilometer. This is the border length with China as per India in the western sector. Similarly, in the middle sector, 625 kilometers, and in the eastern sector, 1140 kilometers. This is the border length of India with China in the three sectors. So if we sum up, we find that the total length comes to be 3488 kilometers. This is the length claimed by India. As per India, India has a border of 3488 kilometers with China. But as per China, India actually shares border of 2000 kilometers only with China. Now why is this dispute? So we will see here that the western sector comprises of this region, from here to here, from the Ladakh region to Himachal Pradesh border. In the middle sector we have Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Then in the eastern sector we have parts of Sikkim, border area of Sikkim with Tibet, and then Arunachal Pradesh with Tibet. So here in the middle sector, this portion, this is the least disputed one. This is the least disputed sector, and we have very less number of points here. This maximum number of disputes is in this region, western region, then we have in the eastern region. So what happened that during when Pakistan occupied this portion of Kashmir, what it did is that it transferred this portion of Kashmir to China, and currently this portion is under China's administration. Also during 1962 war with China, China occupied this portion of India, and this is known as Akshay Chin. So currently India still claims that this portion to be a part of India, but currently this portion is being managed by China. So what actually India considered as the border with China is from here, this portion, this portion to here. This is as western border. Then we have this one here as eastern border, middle sector. This has the border, and from here, then considering the part of Tibet and Arunachal Pradesh, this is what India considered to be border with China. But what China considers, China starts considering border from here, this portion has already been occupied by China, and this is under China's control as it has been transferred by Pakistan to China. So China starts considering border of India from here, this one till here and here. And then what happened that China doesn't consider this Arunachal Pradesh to be a part of India, and so China doesn't consider this eastern border of India with China. So that is why the reduction in the length comes here. China considered only 2000 kilometers of India border. Mainly it considered this portion and this portion to be the middle sector, and western sector to be border with India. It rejects that eastern sector, and also in the western sector we have almost 13 we have so many points of dispute as we have seen here. So this eastern sector this portion mainly covering border of Arunachal Pradesh with Tibet. This sector is also known as McMahon line. This covers almost 890 kilometers in length. This McMahon line is not considered by China. As per China, means Britishers have not demarcated the things properly, and as per China, they claim Arunachal Pradesh to be a part of India, and they claim a line like this, while in actual we have seen that the territory, this borderline of Arunachal Pradesh, this is highly curved here. So this is how this line of actual control goes. I hope you people have noted it down, the important points from under this topic, line of actual control. We will move to some other facts which are important under this topic. While considering the India border with China, do remember this fact that as per India, the maximum border is in Ladakh region, that is 1597 kilometers. Then second most is in Arunachal Pradesh, 1126 kilometers. Then we have 220 kilometers in Sikkim, then 200 kilometers in Himachal Pradesh, and 345 kilometers in Uttarakhand. So this is also an important fact which you can note down here. Few other facts which were asked in recent exam, you can note it down. With respect to Pondicherry, this Pondicherry is a union territory of India, but this union territory is spread in 3 states. So generally you are asked with that which of the following is not a state where Pondicherry is spread. So do remember these things, that this Mahe, Yanam and Karaikal and Pondicherry, these are the 3 main areas of Pondicherry, and this Mahe lies in the Kerala, Yanam lies in Andhra Pradesh, while Karaikal and Pondicherry lies in the Tamil Nadu region. This Pondicherry was actually a part of the French enclave and it came to India in 1954. The second important fact which was asked recently in examination, that you need to arrange the states of India with respect to their areas in descending order, means the largest area coming first and then moving on. See, Rajasthan has the largest area in India, followed by Madhya Pradesh. Then at third we have Maharashtra, UP is at 4th place, and then 5th place we have Gujarat. Note down this fact. This is in descending order, means highest area is of Rajasthan. Then the smallest area in India with respect to land area is Goa. Also remember this place. It is not Sikkim. Sikkim is in terms of population. The means smallest state in terms of population is Sikkim, but in terms of area, the smallest state is Goa. Do remember this fact. So we see that under this space relationship of India with neighboring countries, we have mainly factual topics. So I have tried to cover most of them here. I hope you people have noted it down. Now we will move to another topic.